Hey everyone, welcome back to Shreya Coder. In today's video, we are going to cover one of the most important data types of Python lists. So let's get started. Is a list. A list is a collection of data types that can have multiple data types. Like we can add numbers, name, string. We can have anything we want to keep in their list. Lists are ordered and changeable, meaning that they have a definite order. We cannot change the order, and if you want to add anything in this list, you have added, and that item will be printed at the end of the list. So let's print this list first, which I have created my list. And to remember, lists are always created in square brackets. So here you can see list is printed. So what is the flexibility of list? List flexibility is this, that they are ordered, they are changeable. As if we want to do any changes in a list, like we have to add items, remove items, so we can do that very easily in lists. So now let's get started with creating list. How we create a list? We have multiple ways to create a list. For first, if we want to make an empty list, so we'll make it first using square brackets. So this is an empty list. If we print empty list, it will be blanked out. You can see here. So this is only given square brackets here. Now let's make a number list. For example, I have created my list also as number list, but let's generate it once more. So square brackets, add your numbers which you want to generate. So this is print number list. It will print the numbers in square brackets. Now we'll create list with multiple data types in it. For example, I name that list is equals to square brackets. Then first I'll write a text type here. Text type I simply write Shreya. So we'll write these in quotes, then a number, then you can also add boolean values here. So I am writing true. So let's print this list. So you can see, so it is also printed. This is why we say that lists are most important and essential, because it can have any data type in it. So now we move on to accessing list item. How will we access list items in a list? If, for example, we have my list here as this is my list, and if I want to print only the second value of this, so I'll access it using print my underscore list, then square bracket item index. What is the index of this number? I want to print second number, so its index will be first, because the first value has the index 0, so second will have the index of 1. So we'll write 1 here and then we'll return it. So it will print to the second element of our list. And do remember index errors. What are index errors? When you try to print a value using index which does not have in the list, means we have 7 numbers here and you are printing for like this. Let me show you. Print my list with index 7. So it will give us an error. Why? Because 0 is the first index value and we have 7 numbers here. So the index value ends here at 6. So 7 is not the index number here. So we have index error. So you can correct it by checking out your list. So we'll print 6. So it will give us number 7. So this is all about positive indexing. What about negative indexing? So let's print something with negative indexing. If you want last value, so you can write -1 as negative indexing value. Like I'm writing -1 here, so it will print me 7. If I write -6 here, so it will give me first value. I am writing -6, right? So it will give me 2, the first value of the list. So that's how indexing works and how we access list items. So now we have slicing of lists, meaning that we want a list from a list. Like I have a list here that I made my list. You can see it. Just copy, let me copy it and paste this again. And I want only 3 values from it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how will I get only in the form of this? So I'll slice print my list using column. For example, let us see at these indexing. So what index is to add? It is at first iterate, so we'll write 1 here. And what is 5 at index? So it is 1, 2, 3 and 4. It is at 4 index. So it'll give us this 2, 3, 4. As the index which we write at the first has the value in the list, but at which we write at the end, that index value is not included in the list. So you can see 2, 3, 5. And if you want to include 5 in this, so you will write 5 index here, not 4. Okay. So this was about slicing. Slicing can be negatively also. How we work in negative slicing? Right? I'll print my list, my columns, then -3. So let's see. So it will print us 1, 2 and 4. Means backward 3 digits are not shown, only first 4 are shown. Okay, so it is about negative indexing. So let's move forward. So now we move on to modifying lists. So why we modify list? We modify list because we want to add new items there, remove previous items and change the elements in the list. So let's get started. So here I have created a list named L with numbers and I am printing it here. So now if I want to change the value to as 19, so how I'll change it? I'll change it like L dot L bracket index of that number I want to change to, so index 1 is equals to 19. Then I'll print L. So it will print me this. So you can see the changes are there. Now if I want to append new items, so means I want to add new items. So we have two methods here. One is append and insert. Second is insert. So what is difference between that? I'll tell you. First let me do with this. L dot append orange. Check it. So I'm appending orange here. Then I'll print it again. So you can see orange is append and it adds the item at the end. You can see it is appended at the end. Now we'll insert. How we'll insert? So here we have to give two values. What? First the index value where we want that number or we want that element in them. Like I want to append a new number, so I want it at third position. I want it at third position. So here it is 3, but I want my new number to be at this position. The third position is this with index value 2. You know why its index value is 2? Because I told you 2 comma the name of element you want to append. Like I want to add apple here. So next let's will print this. So you can see it's shown it to me at third place, like second index value, but like that it's at third position, right? And you can change anything in this. Now we will remove. How we'll remove items? So we have two methods here also. First is remove and second is pop function. So remove, let's remove L dot remove one, print L. So you can see it's removed one. Now how will use pop function? L dot pop. So you see what happened here is that orange is removed from this because pop functions is used when we want to remove the end value. It removes the elements from the end. Let's print the list again. So you can see orange is not here. And if you want to clear the whole list, you can use L dot clear. So print L now. So you can see empty list means the elements all are cleared and now we have the empty list with us. So it's about modifying of list. Next, move on to list functions. So now we move on to list functions. So what are list functions? Basically the functions which are built in the list, like they're built-in lists. For example, we have len function, extend function, copy and more. So let's do them one by one. So first we'll use copy function. Let's create a list here. 1, 2, 5. So this is the list. First we'll sort this list. Sort function is also there in built-in functions of list. S dot sort. So you can see. Then print L. So it sorted me the list with the order 1, 2, 4, 5, the numbers in the order. Then we will copy this list. Then we'll mean copy list. So you can see it will print you the copy of that list. So this is the copy of that list. Then len function. Why is len function used? Len function is used to tell the length of that function. Like I have copy print len L. So it will tell me the how many numbers the list contains, how many number of list is this. Then we want to count the values. So let's make a new list here. L2 is equals to 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see it is having a number of repeated values. Also it is intentionally I made a list like this because count function is used to tell the functions to tell the number of L2 dot count, the number you want to know how many times it occurs in this list. Like I am writing here L, then print. So it will tell me 2. So 1 is here 2 times, so it will give me 2, output 2. Then we have extend function, means if we have L2 here and now I want to add this in a new list, in a form of new list, I want to add this. So how will I do this? I'll do this using extend function, right? So I'm making L3 here. So print L2.extend L3. So now I'll print L2. L2. So you can see the list is extended, means both the lists are joined. You can see. Now if I want to reverse a list, how will I reverse it? L2.reverse. This is the function to reverse. Then print. So you can see the list is reversed. Now we'll use some mathematical functions with list, like sum. How to get the sum of these values? So I'll use a variable here with sum and bracket L2. Then I'll print A. So you can see the sum of this list is printed here. Like this, same we want minimum and maximum values of this. So I'll print this, print minimum L2. So minimum is 1. Then what is the maximum value? Then we'll print maximum value of this. So here it comes. 8 is the maximum value in this. Maximum value means the value that is the highest in this. So next we'll start with nested list. What are nested list? Nested list means list in a list. Like here I'll generate a new list. For example, L1 is equals to list 1, 2, then comma 3, 4, and this. So this is a nested list. Like we have made list in a list. Like we use square brackets to make one list, then we have used another brackets and added two lists in a list. So this is nested list. Now let's print this. You will see this L1. So it is showing us like this. And if you want the specific value of this, so how will you print this? So we'll print this like print L1, right? L1, then bracket 0. So this is the first value here. This list is the first value, not 1 is the first value. This is the list which is the first value. So from first list, 0 is the first list. I want second value, so I want first. So I'll write 1 here. So it will print me 2. Answer will be 2. So you can see it is printing me 2. So this was the concept. That's it for today in-depth guide to Python list. We covered everything from creating list, accessing elements, slicing, list methods, and even nested lists. I hope this video helped you understand how powerful and flexible lists are. And I have uploaded a practice set of lists on my Telegram channel, so join that fast. I am dropping the link in my description box. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with fellow coders, and don't forget to subscribe to Shreya Coder for more Python tutorials. See you next time.